Hi everyone. I am making a gluten-free meal tonight. I only eat gluten-free, but I'm making it for everyone in the family. And I am using a recipe that tugs at your heart, posted. And the recipe I'm showing you here on my iPad is lemon angel hair with chicken and spinach. And I'm going to show you what I'm using. So I'm using this Char brand, gluten-free. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this, pasta. And the recipe calls for, let's see, what was it, a pound? No, oh no, it's a half a pound of angel hair pasta. So this is 12 ounces. Okay, so maybe this is a little bit more than what I need. Okay, well, I have to change my train of thought here. I thought I didn't have enough pasta. Okay, so I'm going to use this. And then I'm also going to make this gluten-free pantry French bread mix. I'm going to make this in the oven. My bread maker stinks. It doesn't work. We threw it out. I mean, it used to work. I don't think it's me, but anyways, I got so fed up I threw it out in the backyard the other day. But anyway, it's not still there. We went and got it, just so you know, we're not that kind of people. We don't have toasters in our backyard. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. Okay, so this recipe looks amazing. Okay, so this is just what I have. These are all the seasonings you need. You coat the chicken in seasonings and then bake it, and then you make the sauce and you use creamer. But anyways, I'm just showing you I'm getting everything ready. I've got to run out to the store because I don't have onion powder. But this is all the stuff it calls for. Crushed red pepper, paprika, garlic powder, and this has parsley in it, but this is the only thing I could find that appeared to be gluten-free. And she put spinach in hers, and I don't know, I've been a little bit afraid of fresh spinach lately. I don't know, with people getting sick and that kind of thing. So I'm going to do mine with tomatoes mixed in the end, and only half of it because my daughter doesn't like tomatoes, the older one that's 13. Again, here's red pepper. I'm going to use this up. I have a little bit in the bottom there. And then she uses fresh lemons, which I'm going to use lemon juice. I'm cheating. And I'm not going to put much in there, not nearly as much as it calls for. I know the recipe's lemon angel hair pasta, but we're just trying to... I like this recipe because it's like a creamy white sauce. The tomato sauce hurts my stomach, but it doesn't call for flour. You know, and if you know anything about gluten, you can't use just regular flour. So I struggle with recipes because the gluten-free flours or whatever don't seem to thicken as well. So I'm going to try this. And then I have pepper, and then I have fresh garlic and olive oil, and then I also have Parmesan cheese in the fridge and half milk, and yeah, my chicken breast. Okay, well, I just wanted to show you the beginning of this, and then I'll show you as we go along. Okay, so now I'm making the bread, which I've never done it this way before. I've always used a bread maker. This is a gluten-free pantry. This is the French bread mix. I'm using the oven method. I've oiled my loaf pan. I have a bottom drawer on my oven. It's called a warmer drawer, and I've turned that on high because you have to put this in a warm place. Hopefully that's not too warm. We'll find out. This box mix was, I want to say, around like $6 or $7, so you hate to ruin a loaf of $7 bread, but you know, whatever. Okay, so in my pan here I have the mix and the yeast that came with it, and then I'm going to add all the other ingredients to it, which is going to be water, vinegar, honey, or sugar, salt, oil or butter, and eggs. And then I'm going to let it rise for an hour and then bake it in the oven. So I'll let you... I don't think I can film any more of this. I don't have a tripod to set this up, but I'll show you as I go along if I can. Okay, so now I have all of the ingredients that was listed on the box. I just went down through the ingredients and added everything into this pan. Pretty easy, really. And now I'm going to mix it with my mixer, my handheld mixer, for 2 minutes, and then put it in my pan that's lightly greased. Here you can see it's really thick in here, but my handheld mixer is handling it fine. Really thick. Okay, here it is in my loaf pan, and I'm just going to spread it out. It filled it perfectly. I'm going to cover it. It says to cover it with plastic wrap, but I don't have plastic wrap. I'm going to use like wax paper or parchment paper, something. Hopefully that works. Hopefully it's not going to make it a mess, but you know, I'm trying. You know, when you stay busy like this, it keeps me from eating and doing other things, so because I'm certainly not going to eat this dough as I go along. This would be totally gross. I don't know if you've cooked with rice flour, but the batter doesn't taste very good. It doesn't to me anyways. I mean, maybe if that's all you've ever known, it might taste good to you, but not me. Okay, here it is in my oven warmer. I'm going to close this, and I'm set it on low. I'm going to leave it in here for an hour. I have it covered with wax paper. Hopefully it'll work out okay. We'll see if it rises. Okay, so here's my bread. It actually rose, or I don't know what you say. I needed it to rise, so I don't know what it did, but it's over the top of the pan like it's supposed to. And I ended up having to turn this warmer, this is a warmer oven that it's in to high, and it's taken about an hour and a half for it to rise. So now we're going to put it in the oven at 375 until you tap on it and it sounds hollow. Okay, here's my bread. It's done. You tap on it and it sounds hollow, I guess. I put it in my warmer because I thought it would be good warm. You know, like fresh bread warm, and I know gluten-free stuff is better warm just with my dinner, so we'll see if this works. Okay, so now that my bread is done, we're back to the chicken. So I've got my bowl here, and I'm going to put all of the dry ingredients. This on here says perfect chicken, and you mix together salt, garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, paprika, mix together and coat the chicken, and then I'm going to brown it. I just wanted to show you the chicken that we get. Let's see if you can see this. This is by Simple Truth. It says it's raised cage-free in a humane environment and fed an all-vegetarian diet. Natural chicken breast, boneless. No antibiotics ever. No added hormones. 100% vegetarian diet, raised cage-free. And it was like $6.31, and there's 3 chicken breasts in here. In this recipe, when she made this, she only used 2 chicken breasts. I'm going to double the seasoning mix just so I make sure that I have enough to get the chicken coated. Okay, so now I've added in a bowl, I've added a whole teaspoon of pepper, teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of garlic powder. Mine has parsley in it. You don't have to do that. And also a teaspoon of onion powder. I'm going to mix that all together really well. And then I'm going to take my chicken breast and coat it in it. Okay, and while I'm doing that, I've got a big skillet on my stove here. I've got it on probably a 4 setting, and I'm putting 3 teaspoons of olive oil in the pan, where I'm going to just brown that meat before I put it in the oven. Okay, so I just ran into my first kind of glitch. This first chicken breast was pretty big, and it's coated really well on both sides, but it took all of my seasoning. And I want it to be good, so I'm going to have to mix up some more. So these other breasts are small, but so in this bowl I'm going to mix up. I did a teaspoon of each one of those seasonings, which was doubled. So now I think I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of each, just to make sure I get it good and coated. Okay, so now I have my pan pretty hot, and I'm going to add my chicken in here. I think you like to get your pan kind of hot, otherwise your meat seems to absorb the oil. Okay, so So we're going to let that brown a little bit on each side. I always turn on my timer, otherwise I completely lose track. So I'm going to set my timer. I'm going to do it 3 minutes and then flip it. And I preheated my oven. It just beeped that I'm going to cook it at, it says 375 for 25 minutes in the oven after I brown this. I've never done it this way. We always just cook our chicken on the grill. You know, I never really try new recipes, and my daughter's getting to the point where she really wants to eat meals at home and eat better. She's 13, almost 14. You know, they start being, you know, mindful of these things. Okay, so I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so here's my chicken after I turned it. It got pretty brown pretty fast. It only took about 2 minutes. Okay, and then I'm going to throw it in the oven. And then start the pasta and the sauce. Okay, so now my chicken is out of the pan and it is in the oven. And then I added a little bit more olive oil to this pan. There, now you can see that a little better. And I'm going to brown my garlic, which I'm going to wait a half an hour to do this because I've got to go pick up my daughter from school. So I figure the chicken, once it's cooked, can be reheated before I add it to the rest of this. So hopefully it'll work out that way. Life kind of gets in the way of how you want to cook. Okay, so here's the finished chicken. It's cooked. It's nicely browned from where I cooked it on top of the oven before I baked it. I chopped up the garlic. There's like 3 or 4 cloves there. And I'm boiling the water for the pasta. Okay, so now my pasta's boiling. I'm going to add my chopped garlic in here. And also my, my pepper flakes. And I'm going to cook that until it turns brown. There's a big chunk there. I'm going to take that out, chop it up. Big chunk. Okay, I'll check back with you. Okay, so now my garlic is brown, and I'm going to add my half and half. Stir that in. And you want it to simmer. Now I still haven't decided if I'm going to add the lemon juice or not. In the reviews I read about this recipe on Pinterest, it said that some people encountered with the lemon curdling. Like the lemon causes it to curdle. I don't know. I'm not sure that I necessarily need the lemon in it. So I think I'm just going to skip it all together. It's too much work to have it get all yucky. It smells good. And you've got, you know, the spices from where you cook the chicken in there. It really, this will be interesting to see if this thickens. Hopefully it does. Right now we just got to get it to simmer. And it does look like my pasta is going to be done before this is done. But that's just how it goes. Okay, so my gluten-free pasta is done, and I've strained it, and I've put this all in a huge bowl. I like to be able to just mix it really well and then put it into a nice serving bowl. But this is a really good brand of gluten-free pasta. It tastes really good. Some of it just turns to just total mush, and this doesn't. Okay, so here's my sauce. It's bubbling away. And I also put in like a ladle full, like this, of the pasta water. Supposedly it's supposed to make it stick to the pasta better. I don't know, I tried it. Never tried that before, never even heard that before. Maybe that's an Italian trick or something. I don't know. But I'm going to let this keep simmering probably another 5 minutes. I'm hoping it's going to thicken a little bit more. It's already thickened a lot. And then I'm just going to mix it all together and hopefully it's yummy. Okay, here's the gluten-free bread. Boy, it looks yummy. Absolutely yummy. Looks really moist. Okay, here's the sauce. I think it's done. It's pretty thick. I'm going to mix it all together. Okay, there you have it, the finished product. I don't have spinach in it like anyone else, but I'm going to add tomatoes to it in a little bit, but this is just for my daughter. So we've got the bread on there, and then the pasta and the chicken. Let's see if she likes it. Okay, here's Jill. She's going to try it. Is it spicy? Is that why you made that face? Is it too spicy?
It's a little bit too many spices.
Is it? Yeah, take a bite of the bread. What? It's not, the bread's not any good? I can get you some regular bread. Let me try it. You're not used to eating gluten-free bread.
Can you believe this? Did you see it?
I like it. You don't like it? I'll get you some regular bread. But you like the pasta?
Yeah, I like the noodles. It's just a little cold.
The noodles are cold? Here, I'll heat it up. Okay, guys, I just wanted to update on my recipe. It's the next morning, and I just wanted to show you this bread. I'm having it a half a piece of it for breakfast. I heated it up in the microwave on like 30 seconds. It's really good. I know my daughter made a funny face and didn't like it, but she doesn't eat gluten-free bread. But for someone who does eat it, it's really good. And I also wanted to say that it turned out really well, but I used way too much spices when I coated the chicken. Like, I should have just used a little bit of spice. It gave us all really bad indigestion, which I haven't been feeling well anyways. So go light on the seasoning. And also the pepper flakes I don't know, it just turned out really, really spicy and was hard on our digestive system. But it may have also been the rice pasta. Sometimes rice pasta can sort of be a little bit hard on you too. So, okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it was kind of long and scattered, but just thought I would just share with you as I was cooking. Not an expert by any means.